Hello, everybody. Beatle Dave from Derbyshire in the UK. As the title says, today we're going to look at the Beatles UK EP box set. This is something that I did have in my collection years and years ago, but I've been after it for a few years now. And luckily, I saw it on eBay at the weekend, and I put in an offer for it, and I got it. I didn't pay silly money for it because I know sometimes these can go for like between 150 and 250 quid. I didn't pay, like I said, I didn't pay anywhere near it. And plus, now I've got the EP set, the singles collection, and the LP collection. So it just does make that set complete. The box isn't exactly brilliant. It is a little bit worn in places, but then again, I think this is from about 1981 from what I can. I mean, it is all intact, so it does flip like that. It is in better condition than the singles box set that I've got. The EPs themselves, some of them look like they've never actually been played. So all in all, I'm very happy. So I will just show you this. I'll show you what it's like at the sides. So the catalogue number is BEP14, which basically means Beatles EPs 14 because there's 14 EPs in it. That's the front. Obviously, the back, there's nothing on it. So you get the Beatles EP collection in like gold lettering, and then you get Beatles signatures, but they're not real signatures. They're, just made out to look like the real signatures. I think that, that's the same as like that's on the LP box set. And I think they did do it on the reissue of the singles box set as well. So like I say, it opens up like that, and then you get all the EPs. So then that comes out like that, and then you get all the EPs. So I'll take the EPs out first, and then we'll go through them one by one. There was 1 second. Just put the box down there. And I will put them in the order that they were originally released as well. Because if you're watching my older videos, which a lot of you probably have, you do know that I've actually got quite a few of the EPs, but the ones I've got are the original ones. So that's the box sets. It is a little bit flimsy in construction into it, but at least, like I say, it is in one piece, which is nice. I mean, he actually said it was tatty, but to me, that's not tatty. It's just in used condition into it. A little bit coming off there, but it is like 30 odd, well, nearly 40 years old, isn't it? So it's 40 years old, isn't it? 41 years old. So we'll have a look at the goodies that we got with it. So they are just the British EPs, because obviously Beatles EPs were released in other countries as well. The nice thing about this is, although the reissues, they do come in like the flip back sleeve, so you get the basically complete replicas of what the originals were. So the first one, is the Beatles hits. This was originally released in 1963, and the catalogue number is GEP 8880. And the songs that you get on here are basically some of the early hits. So you get From Me to You, Thank You Girl, Please Please Me and Love Me Do. And then you get liner notes by Tony Barrow. They're, really, really nice. There's a little bit of staining just there on this one, but apart from that, it's absolutely immaculate. On the labels, it does say EMI Records Limited, not the Gramophone Co Limited or the Parlophone Co Limited, which it would have done on the originals. And they are slightly less weight in the vinyl, not as heavy. So that's side one. Nice thought. And that is side two. Again, looks like it's minimal play. In fact, I'd say that's probably never even been played. I'd be surprised if that's been played. A little bit of dust, but you can get dust just from wearing here, can't you? Been in there. So that's the first one. So that's Beatles hits. You can buy these separately on eBay, and these, even the reissues, they'll go for like £20 a piece. The original ones, if it's in really, really nice condition, the original ones go for considerably more than that. But like I say, I've got them all 14, and I didn't pay anywhere near £100. That's all I'm saying. So I think I got a bargain, to be honest. And the bloke actually sent me a little memory stick as well, with all the songs on as well. It's like a bonus, which I didn't know I was getting, which was really, really nice. So yeah, that's the first one, the Beatles hits. So the second EP in the collection is Twist and Shout, probably one of the most famous Beatles EPs, isn't it, to be honest? Very, very iconic cover as well. Again, catalogue number on this is GEP 8882, and the songs on this are Twist and Shout, A Taste of Honey, Do You Want to Know a Secret, and There's a Place. So basically, it's like 4 of the best songs from the Please Please Me LP, isn't it? Again, you've got the flip back sleeve, and you've got liner notes by Tony Barrow. Really nice. In really, really nice condition, actually, this is. This is actually one of the most common Beatles EPs that you can get as well, this. Whether it's a reissue or an original, but originals are very, very hard to come by in anything like in excellent condition. Again, this says the EMI record code, and it just say made in Great Britain on the one out of the group. That's side 1. And that is side 2. Again, looks like it's never been played. Or if it has, only probably once or twice. Really nice. Yeah, happy to have that one. I'm happy to have them all, aren't I? Some people will say, well, why have you bought it when you've got most of them originals? Like I say, 2 reasons. One, because, well, 3 reasons. One, it was I got it at a really, really nice price. 2, it goes with that, so that's made that like complete now, because I won't bother getting the CD ones of them. And 3, because I love the Beatles, and you can't get enough stuff of the Beatles, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, as a Beatle fanatic. Right, the next one is the Beatles number 1. Again, this is the original one of these are actually quite hard to get in anything like nice condition. Songs on this are I Saw Her Standing There, Misery, and I Go to Him in Chains. Now, if you live in America or other parts of the world, you might not know what an EP is. An EP stands for extended play. So although it's the same size as a single, and you do play it at 45 these, some EPs will play at 33 1/3. These, the British Beatles EPs, were all played at 45 RPM. Extended play basically means you get more than 2 songs. Some will have 3 on, some will have 4. So that is the cover, which is a slightly different shot from the Please Please Me LP. And then again, you get the liner notes by Tony Barrow. And then on the bottom of it, it says, for the information of Earth dwellers, the address of the official Beatles fan club is care of Anne Collingham, First Floor Services House, 13 Monmouth Street, London, WC2. Weird, isn't it? Again, you get the EMI records text in the label, and it still says made in Great Britain. Some will say made in Great Britain, some say made in England, don't they? So that is side 1, obviously, and that is side 2. Again, very, very minimal play, if any. A little bit of dust on it. I haven't cleaned these or played these yet, to be honest. The sleeve is absolutely in immaculate condition. Really, really nice. I mean, it amazes me what I've paid for these, to be honest, because I've seen one today on eBay this morning, and the box was actually falling to bits, and the records, some of them were cracked. The covers weren't anywhere near as nice as these, and that was going for 250 quid. But then again, if you haven't got it, you probably will pay it, won't you, if you've got the money. The next one is All My Lovin' EP. GEP 8891. And I think this is more sort of like a couple of songs off with the Beatles, isn't it? And then a couple of B-sides. So you've got All My Lovin', which of course is off with the Beatles. Ask Me Why, which was a B-side. Then you've got Money, which is probably the best song on, or one of the best songs on with the Beatles. And then P.S. I Love You. So it's a bit of a strange coupling, really, isn't it? Nice song. Don't get me wrong. It's a bit strange, I think. Again, you've got Liner Notes by Tony Barrow. And you've still got the flip back sleeves as well. Really, really nice, isn't it? You know, I'm quite amazed at the condition on this, because I was expecting it not to be as nice as what it is. I mean, to me, these discs do actually look like they're not played. And I've just noticed in the run out groove it says HTM. So the Harry T. Moss cuts as well. He was an engineer for EMI back in the day. And anything that's got his initials on, you know, is a quality product, basically. Yeah, that's nice. I don't know if they've all got that. I'll have to look at the ones we're doing now. Next, Long Tall Sally. Again, this is one of the most common Beatles EPs you can get. But to get anything in like tip-top condition, whether it's an original or a reissue, is virtually impossible, because these got played to death. I think people bought the EPs and the singles, played them, and didn't have to play the LPs. I think that, you know, so when this was released, everything on here you couldn't actually get on the Beatles LP at the time. So you've got, you know, it was this is basically an exclusive EP when it was released. Catalogue number is GEP 8913. So you've got Long Tall Sally. I'm gonna tell her Mary about Uncle John, which you all know, don't you? I Call Your Name, John Lennon song. Slow Down, and then Matchbox. So there's only actually one Lennon and McCartney song on this. The rest are cover versions, and it was released in 1964. That's the front cover. You still get flip back sleeves, and you still get the liner notes, but now the liner notes are written by Derek Taylor. And this one actually says the Gramophone Co. on the label there. It says the Gramophone Co. See it? Not EMI Records, Gramophone Co. And then it says made in Great Britain there. So it is like a lot like the originals would have been. Actually nice. That doesn't, as far as I can see, hasn't got HTM on it. No, it hasn't got HTM. So that's side one. That's side two. I will leave them there just for a couple of seconds so that you can get a nice view of them. And that one actually seems to be quite a heavyweight record compared to the others. Very nice, eh? Love it. I love it. The next one, extracts from the film A Hard Day's Night, GEP 8920. So that's front cover. Again, you get the flip back sleeves. And this time, Tony Barrow's back, writing the liner notes. The songs on this one, by the way, are I Should Have Known Better. I should have known better with a girl like you. If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true? Tell me why you cry. And I love her, and I love her. Ding, 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 ding. So that is probably four of the best songs off the British A Hard Day's Night album, because in America, your Hard Day's Night album was nothing like ours, was it? Because you had instrumentals and stuff on it. So that's the front cover, which is very similar to the British Hard Day's Night LP. That's the back cover with the track listing and the liner notes. I will be sorry because I think this video might go on for a little bit, but I think we've got to try and do it justice, haven't we? Because it's such a nice collection, and the records, I would say virtually mint. I don't think these have ever been played. Honestly, don't. Now that's interesting, because that one says EMI Records, like there. Right, so there's no Gramophone Co. out. Then you've got your Made in Great Britain there, which isn't at the bottom. But then in the dead wax, just there, it says KT. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it just there? KT. Well, that's a tax code, isn't it? KT would have been on there. Now, in the 1980s, late 70s, 1980s, I didn't realise they still did the tax codes on them. unless it means something else, because it does say it on side 2 as well. It does say Katie on side 2, just there. I don't know if that's going to pick it up or not. But sure, it's just there. Again, looks like it's never been played, to be honest, this. That's side 1. And then that is side 2. Yeah, I think apart from the box being a little bit untidy, shall we say, it's not the worst I've ever seen. I think if that would have been a bit more nicer condition, I think this would have been a lot more money, to be honest. This one is extracts from the album A Hard Day's Night. So this is GEP 8924. Again, you've got the flip back sleeve, but for some reason this is a top opener where all the rest have been side openers. Again, liner notes are by Tony Barrow. So you get anytime at all, anytime at all. Dum, dum, dum. I'll cry instead. I've got every reason to be mad. Yeah, Things We Said Today. That's a brilliant song, isn't it? I love that song. Someday when I'm lonely, wishing you weren't so far away, then I will remember things we said today. And then When I Get Home. So for another 4 brilliant songs off the British Hard Day's Night album, although the sleeve is completely different, isn't it? Still, you can still tell it's Hard Day's Night, though, can't you? Back. Again, doesn't look like it's ever been played. But this one is a HTM cutting. Strange why some of them are HTM and some of them aren't. So that is side 1. And that is side 2. They look a bit dusty, but it's not. I think it's just on my laptop, to be honest. Again, that looks like it is unplayed to me. Fantastic condition. I'd say these are as good as new. I really would say they're as good as new. The next EP is the Beatles for sale. This is GEP 8931. And these are songs, obviously, off the album Beatles for Sale. So you've got No Reply, which was rumoured was going to be a single, wasn't it, at the time, but it wasn't. I'm a Loser, love that song. I'm a loser, but I'm not what I appear to be. Rock and Roll Music, brilliant version of that. And then 8 Days a Week, which was a single in America, wasn't it? And again, the liner notes are by Tony Barrow, and you've still got the flip back sleeves. So that's the back side of it, or the back. Let's see, flip back sleeves. I will leave them there so that you can see what it says. And then obviously all these are mono as well. Nice, isn't it? See, that's got KT in it as well. Just there, it just says KT just there, don't it? I don't think you'll be able to see it. It does actually say KT. So perhaps it means something else. It might not be the tax code like it used to be. Yeah, My Records again. So that is side 1. And that is. It doesn't say HTM on it though. So it's not this one into Harry T. Moss one. Strange how some of them are, some of them aren't. Again, a little bit dusty, but to me, that looks like it's unplayed. I think sometimes it looks dusty, but I think some of the like paper in here, isn't it, that comes off onto them sometimes. Don't they? Love it. Now we've got Beatles for Sale number 2. I think these were actually released in January or February of 1965. I think they came out a month or 2 months after the LP. So this is GEP 8938, and you don't get no liner notes on this now. You still get flip back sleeve. So the songs on this are I'll Follow the Sun. One day you look to see I've gone, for tomorrow may rain, so I'll follow the sun. Babies in Black. Oh dear, what can I do? Babies in Black and I'm feeling blue. Side 2 is Words of Love, the old Buddy Holly song. Words of love you, whisper soft and true. And then it finishes off with I don't want to spoil the party. And you've got no liner notes on it because it's actually advertising the other EPs on it. Nice shot of the boys on the front cover. I think this one has been played. Again, this is a HTM cut. Probably see it just there above my finger. HTM not. So I think this one has been played. Oh no, I don't know. It might not have. If it has, it's only been played a couple of times. That is side one. And that is side two. Really nice condition, though. I'm amazed. Really, I'm amazed at the condition of these. Here's me thinking, oh yeah, they'll be scratched to hell and things like that. But they're not. Next up, we've got the Beatles Million Sellers. Catalogue number is GEP 8946. Now, when this one originally came out, some copies, and I've got a copy of it, the original, although the sleeve says the Beatles Million Sellers, on the actual label it said the Beatles Golden Discs. And this is basically like a little greatest hits EP. So you've got She Loves You and I Want to Hold Your Hand. That's on side one. Side two is Can't Buy Me Love and I Feel Fine. Again, it's in a flip back sleeve, but with no like liner notes. It's just like the last one we looked at, advertising the other EPs. That's the front cover. Nice, aren't they? Hey? That is side one. So the two songs on side one are from 1963 and the two songs on side two are from 1964, aren't they? No HTM on this, I can see. No. That's side two. Nice condition, mate. Really, really nice. Anything I'd say on that is looking at that. That is slightly blurred. I think that's slightly blurred compared to the original cover. That's not a criticism. That's an observation. That is one of the hardest Beatles EPs to find on an original, and that is Yesterday. So it's GEP 8948, and I think this was originally released in early 1966. Again, the cover just looks a little bit blurry just there. Nice though, don't get me wrong, it is nice. No liner notes, but you've still got the flip back sleeve. So on this one, you've got basically the songs from the British Help LP. So you've got Yesterday, which was never a single in in the UK. I know it was in America, but in the UK we had to wait till 1976 to get as a single. So that's Yesterday on side one and Act Naturally. Side two, You Like Me Too Much, George Harrison song, and It's Only Love. So, you know, they're really nice songs, aren't they? Again, no liner notes. You've just got a few of the other EPs advertised. That's the front, and that's the back, still with the flip back sleeve. So that says that's still got that KT thing just there. I don't think you're going to see it. So I don't know if that means it's some sort of pressing. So that is side one, where before the KT was a tax code, wasn't it? Side two. A little bit of dust on side one, but again, I'd say that's got hardly any play on it whatsoever. Maybe a handful at the most. You try and find an individual copy of that in anywhere near, you know, excellent condition or very good plus condition, and you were paying 50 or 60 quid for that on its own, if not more. Even some of the reissues. I mean, I looked at a reissue the other day because I think this is one of them that I hadn't actually got in my other EPs that I have got. And I think I was looking at a reissue, and I think it was like 35 quid. And the sleeve was torn and everything, and the condition was nowhere near as nice as this book like that. So for what I've basically paid for this, well. Next up, we've got the Beatles Nowhere Man again. In the UK, for an original one of these, they are quite scarce because when these were coming out, EPs weren't really the thing anymore. They did still sell, but not in the quantities that they had done in the early 60s. But like this again, I think this came out in 1966. So it's GEP 8952. And again, it's this time, instead of it being songs off Help, it's songs off Rubber Soul. So you've got Nowhere Man. He's a real nowhere man. I'm sure you all know that one. Drive my car, baby, you can drive my car. Ding, 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 ding. That's side one. Side two is Michelle. Michelle, my belle. And You Won't See Me. Now, if I was going to criticise this, which I'm not, this is an observation more than a criticism, I think side two lets that down. I think there's better songs, and this is just my opinion. I think there's better songs on Rubber Soul than them two. Side one, I think, is brilliant. Side two, I would have probably put something like let's think. It doesn't really matter, does it? Because that's the way it is. So, if I needed someone, I think I'd have preferred that to Michelle in a lot of ways. But it is what it is, So, yeah, really, really nice. No HTM or anything on that one. But that's still got that KT one. Again, this looks like it's never been played, to be honest. Side one. Nice side two. Nice heavyweight record as well, that is. Then we get the Beatles Magical Mystery Tour. Now this one is stereo, which is a bit of a shame really, because all of them have been mono, and this did originally come out in mono and stereo, so I'm surprised that they didn't put the mono one in this, which would have been nice. Basically, if you don't know, in the UK, end of 1967, December time, this is how we got the Magical Mystery Tour. In America and other places, you actually got it as a fully fledged album, didn't you? But we just got this, and it was a double EP. So you get two EPs in this, and you get the booklet and everything. Don't get me wrong. But like I say, it would have been nice to have this as the mono mix as well, because it just doesn't seem. It seems a bit weird, really, doesn't it? So that's it. So you get the booklet, the same as what was in the later albums or the American albums. We did get it as an album in the UK eventually, but we had to wait till I think it was 1976. Nice photos and stuff in it, and the lyrics. It is a nice quality product, don't get me wrong. It's hard to think that's John Lennon there, isn't it? Paul with his black carnation. Were all the best of what that ones? Some people think that meant that he died or something, don't they? And it was Billy Shears or Billy Campbell or something that took his place. All right, so on this, it is 2 records, 2 EPs, and because it's stereo, it's SMMT-A1. On the mono ones, it's MMT-A1. So side one, you've got Magical Mystery Tour and Your Mother Should Know. This does look like it has been played, but not very much. And this says the Gramophone Co. on there instead of EMI Records. Strange, and then made in Great Britain there, look. Weird, isn't it? You think they'd all say the same thing, wouldn't you, if they're all out the same box set? And on side 2, all you get is I am the walrus. I am the walrus. Again, the gramophone codex. Look. Nice, isn't it? Again, original one of these, you will be paying silly money for anything in condition like this. Even the monos or the stereo ones, even these reissues go for like 40, 50 quid on certain internet selling sites. Side 3, you've got The Fool on the Hill and Flying. So on this one, it's the catalogue number slightly different. It's SMMT B1 and B2. Again, the gramophone code limited on there. This one is a little bit dusty, but in all fairness, it doesn't look like it's ever been played. And on side 4, you've got the George Harrison song Blue Jay Way. Nice. And you get black sleeves, black in the sleeves, which I think the original did have, didn't it? I'm sure it did. And then we've got a bonus EP as well with this, which was simply called The Beatles. And again, this is stereo, not mono, but there's a reason for that, because all the songs that are on here up until this box set came out, you could only have ever got in mono. So they're like new mixes just for this box set. So you've got The Inner Light, George Harrison song. Originally, this was issued as a B-side of the single Lady Madonna in 1968. However, this is the first time the track has been released in stereo. And then the other song on side A is Baby You're a Rich Man. Baby You're the Rich Man Too. So it's released in mono in 1967 as the B-side of All You Need Is Love. This stereo version has only appeared in the UK cassette version of Magical Mystery Tour and on the German issue of the Magical Mystery Tour album. But side B, you've got She's a Woman. This stereo track was originally issued in mono as the B-side of I Feel Fine in 1964. It is only available in stereo on an Australian album and was recently included in the Beatles set compilation, The Beatles Box, issued by World Records. And then it finishes off with This Boy. Never before issued in stereo in the UK, although it has appeared on releases in both Canada and Australia. It was originally the B-side of I Want to Hold Your Hand and released in 1963. And this front cover is what Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane was released in the UK, because we never used to get many picture sleeves in the UK. Again, it is a flip back as well, though, and it's actually SGE1. That's a catalogue number, special catalogue edition or something. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's ever been played, to be honest. Although George Martin does get a production credit on this one. Side 1. And that is side 2. So there you have it. The Beatles British or UK EP collection box set. Now I would say if you're new to collecting the Beatles and you can't afford to buy all of the original EPs, this is the cheapest way of doing it, but I don't think it actually is, to be honest. Like I say, I was lucky. I will tell you, I paid under £70 for this. But you look, I mean, that's okay. That's okay. It's in acceptable condition for its age, isn't it? Yeah, there's a little bit of scuff in there, but it's not dropping to bits, is it? And you know, it all functions, because on some of these come off. So yeah, I paid under £70 for that. Right. But the going rate on eBay at the minute for that, for the British one, is £250. You might get one slightly cheaper, but it won't be in really that good a condition. There's a Japanese one on there at the minute. Bear in mind, it's the same EPs as you get in that. It's just it's pressed in Japan, and that's going for £1,500 at the minute. The singles box, let's see what I mean. That is dropping to bits. Singles are in good condition, but see what I mean. Now to me, that's in poor condition. It's been sellotape there, and it's dropping to bits. But it's, you know, I've got that for completeness. Like I've got that, so at least it's like the complete set now. Like I've said, I'm not going to bother getting the CD versions or the cassette versions, because I've got all the CDs. We've already looked at the CDs and everything, can't we? So I hope you've enjoyed my video. I'm sorry it's been a little bit long. Well, for saying we've looked at 14 EPs and we've looked at them in quite a lot of detail, haven't we? I don't think it's been that bad, to be honest. If you're new, thank you very much for joining me. If you're old viewer, thank you very much for joining me. You know, everybody's welcome in my little Beatle world. The name says it is Beatle Dave, so 99% of the time we do talk about the Beatles. Sometimes we talk about different artists, or sometimes we would talk about record collecting in general. So if you like the Beatles or you're just into records, you know, please hit that subscription button and the notifications button and give me a thumbs up. You know, it all helps me to think there's people out there that are liking what I'm doing. I know I'm never going to be a massive channel with thousands and thousands and thousands of like subscribers. You know, I know I'm always going to be, you know, like small fry compared to some of the other channels that are out there. But with me, what you see is what you get. Some of the things we look at, it's like that. If you ever see that for decent price, I'd recommend you to get it. That, if you ever see that decent price, I'd recommend you to get it. The box set, if you ever see it for decent price, I'd recommend you to get it. And the LP box set goes anywhere between £250 and £1,000. That, even in that condition, anywhere between £150 and £350. This one, in this condition, the EP one, what we just looked at, anywhere between, I'd say, 250 and 400 quid at the minute. So, you know, if you wanted to get all three of them, you're talking a lot of money, aren't you? Not everybody's got the money to buy. Luckily, like I say, I got that for a good price, which is why I bought it. Basically, didn't really need it. Well, I did need it. I needed it to complete that, didn't I? So, you know, there was a reason for buying it, and I hadn't got the Yesterday EP, and I hadn't got the special one that got the stereo mixers on. So, you know, as a collector, there's always things to buy. You buy what you want. Don't, you know, just because somebody's saying, "Oh, well, I've got this," and then you think, and then you start seeing videos and other people have got it. Don't think just because you're a Beatles collector or record collector in general that you've got to get it just because other people have got it. With me, I will tell you if I think it's good. I'll tell you if I think it's bad, and I'll tell you if I think it's rubbish. And I don't buy it. All three of them, if you've got money, I would recommend you to buy them. That is just my personal opinion. So that's going to be it. As always, love your records, cherish your records, and you've got to clean them from time to time, and obviously play them because that's what they're there for. Just again, you know, if you like me videos and stuff, you know, just think about subscribing, because it doesn't actually cost you a penny to subscribe. It's free, and anything in this world at the minute which is free can't be bad, can it? If you like to leave comments, please leave comments, because I do like reading them. But just remember to leave, if you're leaving a comment, it's got to be a comment about something that is in the video. You know, record collecting, like you might say, well, I've got that, but it's got slightly different records in it or something like that, which is fair enough. You know, these are always just my opinions. You might not agree with them, and to be honest, you know, if you don't agree with them, tell me. You know, you might think, well, I wouldn't ever buy that. You might not. I've got it because I love the Beatles. That's it, simple. So until the next video, which might be later today, but it could be tomorrow, it could even be the weekend. Stay safe, everybody. And that just proves, isn't it? This just proves, if you look, you know, there's still bargains out there, whether it's, you know, a brand new record or second-hand records. Yeah, that's second-hand. And yeah, you know, this box isn't in excellent condition, but to me, them records, it's like getting it brand new, because it looks like the majority of them have never been played. So until the next time, please stay safe, everybody. Peace and love. Be nice to one another. Remember to like my channel, like Beatle Dave, like the channel. So until next time, thanks everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon.